Hey guys, Scarlett Darkwood here, and today I want to talk about book shows. And that seems a little odd because we're in the middle of trying to ward off a pandemic, and most of these book signings and events have been canceled. But I like to keep hope that someday we will be back to normal, and that the book signings and the book shows and the conventions will start once again. The stores have opened up, but they're doing social distancing. They may or may not have authors signing. So it's just kind of touch and go. And we're kind of doing things little by little as we try to get everything under control. But I think book shows and book signings are worth talking about. It's a way that authors, both indie authors and Big Five published authors, get to meet their fans. They sell some books, and it's just a good way to meet in person because many times you don't have that opportunity. You can try to make contact online, maybe through their Facebook page, maybe through their blog, Instagram, Twitter. There's a lot of social media sites where you can converse or try to connect, but sometimes it's just not the same as meeting someone in person. And so the question is should an author do book signings? Now, if you are a traditionally published author with a Big Five company, you're going to be on a distribution list anyway. And your books are going to get circulated through the bookstores for a little while anyway, until your next big hit comes out. For indie authors, it's not that easy. You're not going to be on a distribution list. Many bookstores will not just order your books. Even if you have your book on Ingram Spark, they're not going to automatically put your book out when you publish it. So what does that mean? It means you're not going to get on the bookshelves. But fans can still order your book. If you have it through Amazon, especially if you have your book through Ingram Spark, they can go in and order your book for a reader. So that's good. So the thing with having your book on the bookshelves doesn't mean instant fame. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to find it and want to buy it. It just means you might get a little exposure, but you are in competition with thousands of books, and bookstores only have so much shelf space. Now, a book signing where you're going to a convention or you're having this in a hotel, it depends on what space is available. So you might can get in, you might not. So it's kind of touch and go. So unless you're a Big Five published author, you're probably not getting in a bookstore, and a lot of bookstores may not have you come and sign and do an event. Some of them deal with traditionally published authors only. That's just kind of an ugly truth, but that's the way it goes. A lot of independent small mom and pop bookstores, which are popping up now, might let you in and do a signing. So you're just going to have to pound the pavement a little bit. In a big city where there's multiple shows, it just depends on the show. Like in Nashville where I live, we have Naughty Nashville. And it's a curated show. It's for indie authors, but only if they like you and want you in will they let you in. Killer Nashville is just for traditionally published authors from what I can tell. An indie author might be able to have a vendor table. I don't know. Rules change, so you might want to check the website. Utopia Con used to be here, but that show closed. So I think Nashville has a couple of other ones. I think they have one in February, Authors at Opryland or something like that. I haven't done that show, but one time Elizabeth York did a show called Authors at the Opry, and she had that at Opryland Hotel, and it mainly had romance authors, though she let anybody in, and she had a nice little stream of people. But it seems like when you do these conventions or these book signings, a book signing at a store, it's going to depend on the author, how popular they are. At a convention, a reader has a chance to meet all kinds of authors. And you might have multi-genres, you might not. Naughty Nashville is just romance. Killer Nashville, probably more mystery, crime, suspense, that type of thing. Authors at the Opry and the other one that's in February that they have, it's multi-genre. Whoever can get the space, and if there's space available, you can sign up and join. So here's the thing, if you as an author decide to do a book convention or a book signing. It's a good way to meet fans, but it's only going to be as good as the fans who are coming through the event, and are they interested in seeing you? The other thing too is if you write in a different type of genre, you may or may not make any sales. Several years ago, a lot of authors got their readership through book signings, but after a while they stopped. It's very tiresome. You have to travel, there's food and lodging, there's paying for the table, and the big question is, will you sell enough books to pay for it all? And you have to buy your own books to sell. So there's a lot of cost involved, and unless you're a big author where you're going to sell a lot of books, I think a lot of authors do it just to get out, to try to see and be seen, and hope that maybe they will get some readers. It might work, it might not. It's worth a shot if you think you want to do it. Sometimes it's fun. It's fun to go meet other people. There's an energy there, a vibrance there that you won't get unless you attend an event like that. For your table, you'll want a banner or a covering that lets people know who you are. You'll want a nice display for your books. You may want to do a drawing or a giveaway, and in hopes that you can entice people to get to know you, want to try your books. You may want to try to offer some books on sale too. Everybody's looking for a deal. I know with one of my books, I offered it on sale because it had an older cover on it. And I thought, oh, this will be a good way to get rid of it. So I deeply discounted it, got rid of it so I could focus on the new cover that I had for the book. But everybody was happy to get the book at a discounted price because paperbacks aren't as inexpensive as they were many, many years ago. They're not $3 and $4 anymore. So anyway, it's just something to think about if you want to go to a show. I'm not going to say they're not worth doing. I'm just saying know what you're getting into. Know if you think you'll be a good fit for it. Know if you can afford it or not. And know the rules of the show. Find out how other authors have done. Find out if you can even get in the show, because you may not be able to. So it's a lot of footwork for indie authors, as to where traditionally published authors have agents and people who set them up with book tours. You're not going to find them at a book signing like indie authors do. That's just not going to happen. And most likely you're not going to find a bunch of Big Five published authors doing a book signing all at once. They're usually hitting bookstores one at a time or hitting different locations. But for you readers out there, it's a good way to try to meet the author. It's a good way to talk to them, a good way to get out and meet other fans. They're just fun experiences. You just have to find out if it's right for you. Now, for all you attendees who are going to a signing, I have some information I wanted to share for you readers. If you're going to a book signing with indie authors, I think it's a little bit more relaxed. You can do the pictures, you can do the talking. Indie authors are excited when people are interested in their work or come to their table. It makes your heart race and you're all excited. And it's a little bit of a different atmosphere. It's more relaxed. I would see what the show's rules are, but taking pictures and talking and just conversing shouldn't be an issue at all. Now, if you're going to a bookstore and you are meeting a big-wig author like Stephen King, Anne Rice, Neil Gaiman, Margaret Atwood, just really big people, you want to follow some rules, and the bookstore staff usually have a set of rules. And I'm going to use my notes here because I want to make sure that I share all of this with you. Okay, so the notes I got are from bustle.com, and Melissa Ragsdale wrote the article. This is from 4 years ago, so it's an old article, but I think it still holds true. The big question is, number one, do tell the author how much you like their work, how much it means to you, how you appreciate what they do. We love hearing that, and big-time authors do too. They like to know that they've made their fans happy and that you enjoy their work. I mean, any author likes that. Rule number two, don't start critiquing sections of the book. Don't say, well, you know, there's one part I didn't like, and I didn't like it when this character did this, and you really should have written it this way. They don't want to hear that. That's not a time to go through that. Leave a review on Amazon or Goodreads or somewhere if you want to get into that. You know, their reviews are a great place to state what you liked and what you didn't like. In front of the author at a book signing is not the place to do that. I don't know if I would even do that at a book convention where there's indie authors. I think that's still supposed to be a warm, fuzzy feeling. I would save critiques for reviews. I mean, after all, reviews are for readers. That's where I would do that. The other thing is, do thank the author for taking time to come to the event and to meet with you. They appreciate that. Usually they're not getting paid for that. Big published authors, I don't know. Indie authors, definitely not. Usually producing books is our cost. So they're taking time out of their busy schedule when they could have met with family, friends, have done something else, but they decided to take the time and come meet with you. So do thank them for their time. Again, no pictures. Do not ask for a picture. Don't try to take a picture. Usually bookstore staff say pictures are not allowed. Again, if you're at a convention with indie authors, I would just check with the author. Most of us are not going to mind if you want a picture. So it just depends on where you're at and who you're meeting. Definitely buy the author's book. If you're going to a signing and you think you're interested in their work, usually at a bookstore where a big traditionally published author is signing, if you don't already have a copy of their book, please purchase one from them. And at a book convention where there's indie authors, sometimes you're getting new time readers and they're not sure if they want to take a chance on you or not. Maybe as a little thing, you authors out there could maybe offer little sample pamphlets or little tiny booklets you can have printed up that maybe gives a sample chapter for someone to read. Just an idea. But usually at a book signing with indie authors, readers may or may not purchase their book. Readers, if you think you like what they do and it's in your budget, please buy a book. We greatly appreciate it. No hugging without permission. I would say that holds true for bookstore signings and convention signings. A lot of us authors are very boundary oriented. We don't want somebody in our space. Though we like warm and feely, we might not like touchy-feely. So if you do want to hug an author, do ask them, say, hey, do you have a problem if I give you a hug? I just really appreciate everything you've done, and just see what happens. Don't be upset if they say, I really don't do that. Just smile and be gracious and thank them and move on. If you do artwork at all and you have drawn some of their characters or what you imagine their characters to be, or you've drawn a scene, do take it and show the author. They love it when fans have drawn images of their characters. It really shows that their work has come to life, and it really has meant something to someone to take the time to draw that work. So please show it to them. They will greatly appreciate that. Please don't give them your manuscript. If you are a wannabe writer, do not give your manuscript to authors. They're not the appropriate people to do that. Usually they are under contract if they're traditionally published by Big Five companies, that they are not to read other people's work. Indie authors, same thing. They don't care about your work. They don't want to read it. They just don't. That's not what they do. They write. They don't read unsolicited manuscripts. So if you had questions about publishing, you could ask them a question. Hey, what do I do? But don't hand them a manuscript. The other thing, do talk to them. Make it short, make it brief. If you have a question about something, that would be a great time to ask. Make it quick. They'll be happy to answer a short, simple question. Don't take up too much of their time if you do converse with them. They have other people waiting in line, and while they might like to chat a little more, they just can't. So keep it short, keep it sweet, keep the line going. And don't insist that they sign anything that they don't want to. There's nothing more irritating or embarrassing than forcing something on someone to sign, and they may not feel comfortable putting their signature on something, whatever it is. So just be aware of that. Unless it's their book, I would probably refrain from asking them to sign anything. I hope that these tips have been helpful. If you're an author, do try a book event when things open up. Do pound the pavement because stores and conventions have different rules. If you're a reader and you're looking for something to do, looking for different authors, do attend the events. They're a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of other people. There's a lot of giveaways, especially at the indie conventions. Just a lot of fun stuff. And the big thing of it is keep reading and do support the authors that you love. And do check out some new ones because there's a lot of great talent out there and we don't want you to miss out. So again, that's my take on book shows. If you like my videos, please feel free to subscribe, click the little bell and get notices when I upload new videos, and click the subscribe button, and I hope that you will enjoy what I have to share with you. Thanks for joining me.